So, not the biggest fan of cheating. Adultery, infidelity, whatever you want to call it. Really gets my blood up. Hopefully I can backhand some spirits and be like, yo dog, live your fucking life proper. And here's a diagram on exactly how to do that. Because of course I am the moral arbiter when it comes to all things just and unjust or unjust. Can we go in the side door? No, we cannot. So we have a scientist by the name of Kate working on something in an observatory. She has, shall we say, a rocky marriage due to the fact that she's rather committed to her job. We have a priest who seems to be getting all the shit from all the parishioners. And I can hear a telephone, which seems to be the universal symbol of this game of come over here and listen to some exposition. That's blood.
Visual and auditory distortions are becoming more frequent, along with mild convulsions to the left side, all of which support a preliminary diagnosis of intracranial hypertension, occurring as a result of a substantial and rapidly expanding tumor, originating, I believe, within the hypothalamus. Cognitive functions are currently unimpaired, aside from this crippling headache. Hemorrhaging is becoming more frequent, with darker clots passing through the nasal passages primarily.
He's dying.
I believe I am dying. This is certainly not flu or anything else I have ever encountered. And certainly a tumor cannot expand this rapidly. In the blood clots, I see tiny flecks of what looks almost like, if I had to try and find a description, liquid light. I cannot explain this phenomenon.
Shit. The two pub owners thought they had flu as well. I didn't think that's how the Rapture worked. Killing your brain with liquid light. The music there was fantastic as well, the way that it built with the dialogue. It's one of the things I really liked about Amnesia and Machine for Pig. Influenza. Can I steal the tissue? More clotting, it seems. So it would seem that there was quite the epidemic spreading here.
Here you are. There's a queue of patients a mile long out there.
Just send them to the village hall with the others, please, Bob.
Doctor, people are scared. Mrs. Gables just called me and said her husband's vanished. She was very frightened. She said there was blood coming up from his ears and his
What
nose.
the hell do you want me to do? Until they lift the quarantine, we're not going anywhere. Just tell them to drink plenty of fluids, stay warm, and follow the instructions on the radio.
Dr. Phil, please, you have a duty to your patient.
There you go. He's bleeding too. All over his shitty keyboard. His little floppy disk drive. Oh, here we go. Yaughton. Vallis Observatory. Tipworth Forest. Lover's Walk. Darnton Valley. Devil's Gorge. Appleton Farm. Little Tipworth. Lakeside. Haverton Waters. Davidson's Grange. I reckon these are all places we're going to venture to in search of the truth, albeit at a snail's pace, which I'm pressing everything on this controller and there does not seem to be a run button, which would be horrendous if I play the entire game without realising you could run. That would suck. To let? There's no way to let me in here. I didn't think so. light. Let's go towards that big light. But I believe the moniker for these kind of games is a non-linear storytelling. Which is not the same as, you know, find your own story. It's a case of, you know, approach it from your own angle, I believe. So that wants us to go over there. Let's check over here. Bit of propane. Quarantine. UK oil. Yeah, because we have a UK oil, you see. That's why we don't rely on the Russians or anything. I'm so glad they've done away with that stupid amnesia mechanic of opening the fucking doors. We had to like wobble the knob.
Meg,
it's so dumb.
come and have a look at this.
Oh, I don't believe it. Charlie?
Jeremy reckons someone had been raiding all the empty houses. He said a load of stuff had been taken.
What's up?
It looks
What's
like
that?
someone's been collecting their own supplies.
Bastard.
Well, we've got enough stock in the warehouse to keep the entire village going for months.
We should get a truck.
What, and go and get all of it now?
Yeah, why not?
It's Appleton. It's that bloody crackpot Stephen Appleton. I'm gonna fucking do him.
Sam, it's fine.
It's gonna
Better
fucking
get
do
moving
him.
before the weather turns. You come in. We'll swing by the camp and get Rachel on the way back.
Swing by the camp, eh? And there's nothing in there but a ship. Okay, okay. Premium motor oil, right here. Ooh, Carol's ice cream. I like Carol's ice cream. Let's have a see. That looks like a shed. That's more hemorrhaging. Influenza notices. I assume they think it's flu. I do not think it's flu. Ooh, painting. If you got time to bleed, you got time to paint. I wonder if gold handles represent doors that can be opened. Hey, it's not half bad. Why is she painting this? I was never a good painter myself. More of an illustrator than anything else. Gold handles does not signify anything of significance. Impregnable tiny gate. Great. Ooh. Oh. Why is it making it all watery? Something's fucking with the camera. That looks nice. Oh, here we go. Can I, I preemptively balanced the controller there.
Not many people are moving around now.
I was looking for Dr. Wade.
Listen, Frank. I don't know what's happened, but your Stephen seems to think he's responsible.
I reckon he is.
He said, Kate's still up at the Observatory, but the gates are locked. Frank, there's going to be a rescue soon, I'm sure of it. They'll send planes or something.
Well, they'll send planes, all right.
Hey, it won't be a rescue.
This pattern of his, we're in the center of it. Which means if they intend to stop it, we're right in the firing line.
Containment. It's always first. Priority 1, containment. Shropshire's fucked. Into the dark, dark house. There was a dark, dark something. Never paid attention to Funny Bones. More clots. Another emergency radio. And a shitty caravan. Love it. Those little shitty caravans. Ooh. Okay. Should really test the doors. Nothing. Not a carrot. That sounds loud as shit. Very dramatic lighting. Rather moody music. So one thing that Amnesia, of course, was there was horror elements to it. There was a lot of suspense in that game. A lot of tension. I don't know if this one's going to have that, or if it's just going to be the allure of the mystery. You see that light just went into that house over there. £5:30 PM, Monday to Friday. Ours is 4:30, an hour before Shropshire. Which is obviously true. Shropshire is literally this. They took it and put it in video game format. Everything is correct. There you go, shit banger.
It wasn't just some distortion of physics. I may not understand it yet, but it wasn't an accident. All of the clocks, what happened at Tower 6, it's just not random. There's an effort. An attempt to communicate.
I hope this lady's still alive. You can tell she's important because she's American. English people will all be the bad guys and the American will be the hero. I've seen this film before. Teddy bear in the garden. Seems legit. Quarantine. Ooh, the church. I bet Shropshire's got a pretty old church too. What is that? Summer Fele? What the fuck? What is that? F-E-L-E? Bric-a-brac, raffle prices, old clothes. Yaughton Village Hall, donations please to something Hubert. Something's passing me. Oh no? It's going in there. What we got here? My Car Weekly. Wow, sounds riveting. Can I,
If you could just have a word with them, perhaps. They listen to you.
Well, I really don't see what it has to do with me at all.
The village looks up to you. I just think that what's been happening with Mr. Coles and Mrs. Boughton and the others, that people need somewhere to talk, to feel safe.
Perhaps they don't think that your church is somewhere they feel particularly safe.
I don't need your forgiveness, Wendy. Or theirs.
Ooh,
Whosoever thou art that judgest, for wherein thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself.
Oh.
Romans chapter 2, verse 1.
quoting passages.
Beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them. Matthew chapter 6, verse 1.
Ooh, she knows
It's
the
not
Bible.
my judgment you should be worried about, Father. But fine. I'll talk to Barbara. Ask her to put a note up in the surgery about an extra service. Will that do?
Is it allowed that? Pretty sure that thing's leading me. What do you reckon? Do you think it's that woman? Kate. Kate is now turned into a disembodied orb of light. And she's now leading us to the mysteries. I want to go in there. Big old dirty church. I wonder if running would take something away from the game. Probably shorten its length. I think you could run on the other ones. On Amnesia at least. What does this do? Any weird touchy-paddy thing? No. Raffle. Emergency meeting. Everyone is welcome. Yaughton Quiz Night. World famous mystery round. Buzzy bees.
Hasn't even reached the back fence, silly old bugger.
Well, loaves and fishes we can manage, but
Father
garden
Jeremy,
design's a little...
might I have a word?
Okay.
Mrs. Boyles, of course. Meg, will you excuse us, please?
See you back at Charlie's later. Cheerio, Wendy.
I was speaking to Barbara. She said there were some irregularities about Mary's morphine.
Good grief. I mean, those are private medical records.
Uh-oh.
Barbara should know better than to be discussing that sort of thing with you. If Dr. Wade finds out, he'll have no choice but to suspend her. Damn it, Wendy! Your brother is grieving. Mary was sick for a long time, and I'm glad it's over for her.
Ooh.
Go and support Frank. He needs you now.
God knows what you did. He sees. I just break and overlook Mary's weakness, but you, a man of the cloth,
If you have an issue with-
bring shame on this parish.
If you have an issue with me, I suggest you write to the Bishop of the Diocese. I have parishioners to attend to. Excuse me.
Ugh. Back to your castle in the clouds, Mr. Priest. We see you. That church looks shitty. That is some really bad modelling. What the fuck did they do? Look at it, it looks horrible. And that comes from somebody who actually in his third year 3D designed a cathedral. I mean, it looks better now. Now we're like face on it, and that texture looks a little bit more poppy. But that tower, ugh, ugh. I wonder if we'll ever do away with cemeteries. They take up entirely too much land, and all it does is breed a culture I think we should probably be rid of. This death worship. I've never understood it personally. Everybody's different, everybody grieves in different ways, but is this really the answer? This fucking garden of death? Diocese of Striperstone. Is it Stripstone? No, oh, Stipper, sorry, Stipper Stones. And of course it's locked. I don't know, I've always looked at it like this, man. I might have said this before, because when you commentate for as long as whoa, it did open, shit. When I die, I will rot, and nothing of my ego will remain. So why in the hell are you coming to visit me and wasting your life? Well, that was weird. When you could be doing good things and living and doing things that, you know, I would be happy to see you doing rather than being mopey around a gravesite. And I appreciate that in a lot of ways grieving is not for the person who is dead, it's for the person who survived them. But still, I think it's wasted energy. And I know that can sound really callous. That's weird, what's going on there? Whoa, rendering. I just think in the way we handle death, we're doing it wrong. I don't know what the right option is, though. I just think that it's something that we should evolve. Just like toilet paper. There has to be something better than toilet paper, and don't you give me that bidet shit. Can we kneel? What is with the candles, man? That is not what fire looks like. That must be some crazy residually light stuff. See, the lighting in here is quite nice. My cathedral didn't have any lighting. It's probably why I didn't get such a good grade for doing it, even though I busted like 400 hours worth of modelling. Oh, university, why did you troll me so? Nothing in the church, yeah? Shit. That's disappointing. Oh, I can't get out past that bullshit, can I? I've got to go around. Damn it. Very particular about its pathway. Then again, when you think about humanity as a whole, there's not a lot of things we do all that well, except for killing each other. And creating illusory concepts that do more to divide than they do to unify, which I've always found quite touching. I hear you, Mr. Light. So this is, I think, like follow... Wow! Look at that! Affluent headstone. It's bigger than the one in the church, dude. The fuck were you? That's right, Barack Obama's father is in the churchyard. That is a conifer that looks better at a distance. Shepherd's Walk. So, there's a road up there which could just swing round to the other side of the church. I'm not entirely sure. Can't go in there. Another shitbanger car. Nothing to touch. Can't go in there. What is this? Is this a school? I don't know. What is this? Same papers that are everywhere. Oh, that's the wrong side of the opening. Is this the town hall? What is this? A hospital? Shropshire County. Bloody hell, the doors have a really weird interaction with your character. I just shut the door! What? Yes! Those Mick Hucknall harms, eh? Got some range on them.
What about the station?
That's shut down too. So there's no way in or out of the valley. They're obviously serious about this flu thing.
Phil doesn't think it's flu at all. He said he's been practicing medicine for 30 years and he's seen plenty of flu, and he said this doesn't feel right at all.
Well, there's nothing of any use on the radio.
Sorry I'm late, everyone. Have you started?
Yes, but to be honest, there's not really that much to discuss. This quarantine is in place. There's
Look
roadblocks
how big
and
those
everything.
teacups are.
No one really seems to know anything, but people are definitely
Look at
missing. More of them too, not just a couple of old biddies. No one's seen the Sullivans since yesterday, and the house is just sitting there unlocked.
You could dip your
I
dick
just
and
got back
balls
from
in
the
that
farm.
cup, that's
One
ridiculous.
of Frank's cows died in the night. He's devastated.
Poor man, hasn't he had enough for 1 year? First Mary and now this.
Well, if no one's coming in to sort this mess out, we're just going to have to do it ourselves. Barbara, get Phil to do a stock take on medication. Jeremy, put the word out for people to congregate at the village hall. It's best we get everyone in one place for the time being.
Good.
I'll organise supplies. We'll have a lot of hungry mouths to feed. There's plenty at the depot, but well, let's start with what's here in the village. I'll draw up a rota. Charlie, you help me with that?
Anything for you, Meg?
I'll head out into the valley and scoop up the isolated families and check in with Lizzie Graves at the camp. Has anyone seen or heard anything from Stephen Appleton or his wife?
Why would they not scale the cups down, dude? That is ridiculously disproportionate to what it should be. Who drinks this much tea or coffee? You'd die. You would really die. Like, I drink a lot of coffee and I have a mug, a big old dirty mug. It ain't that big. That's ridiculous. There's no wonder they all went to the Rapture. They've got, like, caffeine poisoning. Is it rugby? Nobody plays rugby. Except for those people who do. So we're gradually piecing together some kind of narrative about an epidemic of flu, which is not flu. It seems that the village tried to band together, which is good. You get a lot of that in these kind of like small rural areas like this. Local town, local people. We'll have no trouble here. Right. Let's walk back towards these houses then. Problem with this is I don't have a map. Ooh, I don't want to do whatever I just did. No. No. A map would be incredibly useful in a game like this, because then I could kind of, you know, segregate areas and know where I've gone and what have you. Whereas this all looks the bloody same. Does that tree move when I turn back? Move. Oh, it's moving anyway. Can't go in there. Yaughton store. Excuse me. What is going on here? That's the second time we've seen this symbol. The car had it, the door had it, and now we've had this like weird infinity symbol / pair of eyes thing.
What are you doing? I saw you doing that.
Go away from me. Don't come near me.
This
Oh,
is people's
whoa.
property. You're scaring them.
It's all over
Look at the
It's
sky.
gonna get everything. It's so fast.
What are you talking about?
It's travelling down the wires.
Yeah, God, man, you've lost your mind. Where is Kate? What have you done with her?
Don't you understand? It's breaching the quarantine and adapting.
Give me that bloody can. Hand it over, Appleton.
No, get off.
No, Sam, stop it.
You weedy little shit.
It's mine.
Give me the can! I need it! Grow up!
Fuck. Oh, God, no. It's starting to manifest itself everywhere.
Stephen, come back.
Oh, Christ.
He's off. Oh, I bet we can follow the paint. Maybe not. I like this tune. Telling you, lads. Jessica, I think it's Jessica Curry. If I'm not saying her name right, or it's a different name, I apologise, Jess. But that soundtrack for Amnesia, I bought it. I liked it that much. And they did a beautiful thing where they added quotes from the game to the music. Or I don't know which way it was done, but however it was done, my goodness, I love it. And it's the type of stuff I'd love to put on an intro to a YouTube video, or like add into my YouTube videos when I do, you know, creative things or montage things. But I'm always paranoid that because it features script from the game along with music from the game, that there's going to be some kind of copywriting issue. Because as much as I want to support the Chinese Room, it fucks me off when there's those like greedy bots on YouTube claiming third-party bullshit all the time. And I know it's probably nothing to do with them. It's more to do with like dirty YouTube tactics, but I'll never remember that. Look at them sexy plugs. Interesting. What's the microwave plugged into? If the plug's there, and the plug's there, what's powering the microwave? So you should have thought about that when you were modelling it.
Hello? Hello?
Yes?
Oh, Amanda, I thought you'd left town.
She's crying. Oh, she's all bloody.
We did try, but they've closed all the roads and you can't get through. And then Georgie and Ben said they had headaches, and then they started bleeding.
Drifting into the light.
It was horrible. They were so scared.
I've had some shitty headaches recently. I know how you feel. They
Neil
suck.
turned the car around, and we saw the house was open, and I know we shouldn't have, but we just came in to clean up the kids, and then Neil and I started bleeding as well, and it's all over my blouse. Everyone was so tired.
It's all right, Amanda. Everything will be all right. Just try and calm down and tell me where Neil and the children are.
They're upstairs. They were tired, and Neil said they could take a nap in the bed, and we thought Barbara wouldn't mind as they're only children, and I was so tired, so Neil took them up. He took them upstairs to tuck them in.
And?
That was 6 hours ago. He never came back down. Just be too frightened to go look.
Why don't we go and look together? I can hold your hand if you like.
Yeah. I think I could manage that, yes. Please help me.
Of course I'll help you.
Some good voice work in this.
Neil? Neil, are you there?
That dread. Neil? Is that you? Neil? Did you lock the doors again? No, here we go. Is that like a bop it? What is this? Operation Wood Pigeon by J.T. Yates. Mummy! Suppose there's no part in the Bible where it says the rapture would be painless. Then again, it's been a long time since I read that passage. Maybe it is. Very confusing book at the time. At times, sorry, is the Bible. What can I hear? Getting attacked by a butterfly or something. Question now is, where do we go?